Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, they've just dropped a What's Next in Raid video. I'm going to go through it, give my thoughts as we go. I've got to be honest, whenever they drop these videos, it's pretty damn exciting. They do some good work around what's coming next. And in fairness, they've actually stuck to what's coming in these videos over the last year or so. So let's go through it. I'll give my thoughts as we go. And yeah, fingers crossed we got some juicy stuff dropping in the next few months.
Where we'll be talking all about what's coming next in Raid. We've got a whole lot to wriggle through today, so let's just slither right into it. First up, the Guardian Ring.
Now, the Guardian Ring, I've just been told I can drop a video from the test server about the new Guardian Ring info, as well as some other stuff that's in the test server right now. So I'm going to skip all of the champion empowerment stuff, which they don't really go into a lot of detail on this video, and go straight onto the next stuff, because you'll see another video from me probably in like 45 minutes time once I've got it recorded. Just skip straight on to the quality of life improvement stuff.
That's the big update squirming its way in-game very soon, but that's not all. Let's take a quick fire look at a bunch of other updates we're bringing to Raid soon. First, the Shadowkin are getting their own faction crypt. It means more milestone rewards, but you'll still have to finish every crypt if you want Lydia. So if you're close to finishing already, you might want to finish the job before you have another crypt to complete.
I mean, I guess no new news there. We knew it was coming. We've had that info, I think, from Cirilla last time instead of the cool voice guy. But yeah, I guess get on that Lydia train, or get yourself a Shadowkin team up and running.
Second, we're renovating the tavern. We're adding a filter that only shows champions that are eligible for each type of upgrade, as well as the ability to change the sorting orders from ascending to descending. XP brews will also be grouped together in a single slot to make things quicker.
This is this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted last patch, Plarium. This is what we needed. They don't actually tell us when this is coming, but I think Cirilla said in her interview with Ash, this is kind of like spring 2022, so it might still be a couple of months away for this one.
And easier to manage. And we're also adding a slider to make it even easier to beef up your champions in one go. Third, we're adding rank and rarity filters to the artifacts.
Rank and rarity to the artifact filters, okay.
Storage, as well as making it possible to select all the artifacts you filtered for with one tap. So
all the artifacts you filtered for with one tab.
So you can sell your gear in bulk.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I want, you know what? I mean, if they were going to do an update to this room, I wish they would do stuff like the fastest piece, a bit like we've got in the optimizer. Fastest bit of gear you own at the top, slowest at the bottom. Filter for stuff that doesn't have a substat, because then it makes more sense. Then you can actually use it for this type of thing. It's like, I want to filter everything that doesn't have speed. I want to filter everything that doesn't have crit rate. And then it might be throwing out things that you actually want to sell rather than stuff you want to equip. Because often when you do the big kind of cleansing stuff, it's very hard to filter what you want to filter to leave the stuff you want to sell, is what I find.
Fourth, and my personal favorite, changes to save teams and skill instructions. We're increasing the number of save teams to 15, and
honestly, I feel like 10 is probably enough for PvP already, or 15 would be better, but 10 wasn't that bad. I feel like 10 for PvE, when we're talking about, what, four main dungeons, clan boss, 8 different Doom Tower bosses. Already we've gone beyond the 10. Even at 15, it's still low. It's actually still low. I wish there would almost like be 20 or 30 for PvE stuff and less for PvP.
We'll be dividing them up by game mode, so you have 15 for each mode. We're also making it possible to create farming setups that you can run in multi-battle mode, along with being able to set different skill instructions for each round of.
Let me just go over that bit again, because that's actually massive. You probably, let's just go back and check those lines again.
You have 15 for each mode.
It says there each mode. I still don't know what that means. I think it probably means just PvE or PvP. I'm not sure.
We're also making it possible to create farming setups that you can run in multi-battle mode, along with being able to set different skill instructions for each round.
So each round, so a round is literally a wave of enemies. Yeah, so round 1 is wave 1, round 2, wave 2, wave 2, round 3 generally a boss. That's huge. If you can say to your team, use your main abilities for the waves, but then I want you to only use these abilities on the boss, especially for something like Fire Knight or even for some of the Doom Tower bosses, that's actually massive. That's a huge change, and it will make a lot of champions viable in different boss fights. That's actually really cool.
Of a battle separately. Alongside these changes, we're exploring some options for how to make it quicker and easier for everyone to speed things up throughout the game, starting with Faction Wars and the Doom Tower. We're going to be kicking things off by enabling super raids for Doom Tower boss fights. And to keep things fresh,
I mean, it's a step in the right direction, and I've talked about this a lot over the last year. I still feel like the better option, like super raids, you're just doing 2 boss fights instead of 1. I just feel like once you've beaten a boss fight on the day, we auto it for the day. I honestly feel like that's the best solution. I don't want to watch, especially if you've got a boss fight like Bommel or Dark Fae or Griffin, you know, some of those boss fights where it's quite hard to make an auto team. I feel like once you've beaten it once, it might have taken you 15 minutes. Let us just auto the keys for the rest of that day in that type of situation. So I feel like it's a step towards what we want, but not really what we want.
Session battles, we're also adding a new buff and debuff pair that increases or decreases resistance.
A buff and debuff to increase or decrease resistance. I mean, increase resistance if you're not able to land decrease accuracy first. Damn. I'll tell you what. Increase resistance, if you get that away before any of your enemy are able to do anything, then suddenly resistance is part of the meta. That is, again, a massive, massive change. Suddenly the Bommel fight becomes a viable fight with increased resistance in your kind of buff kit.
In battle, being able to have an enemy's resistance is no joke.
That's true, but the bit really that's no joke is being able to double yours, honestly.
And we think these effects will add a new layer of strategy to Raid's battles across the board, including introducing completely new team compositions and archetypes. And since we're on the subject of new team compositions, the best thing for that is new champions. A bit of a tradition here on our What's Next series. What you're looking at now is a first sneak peek into the next line of dungeon delving. Boss-beating badasses come.
Does this guy not look like the new guy in League of Legends that's got like Raiders of the Lost Ark sort of fella?
Coming to Teleria in the near future. Okay, that's all we've got for you. Oh, wait, one last thing. The Hydra. You might have already seen a few leaks from Raid's sleuth-like detective community about the Hydra already, but if you haven't, here's a full breakdown of what will be Raid's toughest, scariest, and biggest boss fight. The Hydra is our second clan boss, in addition to the Demon Lord you're all well acquainted with. However, it's a bit different than just fighting one boss. You all know the old commonly used adages, 4 heads are better than 1, 4 snakes in the hand are worth 12 in the bush, the more serpents the better. Well, they're all true in Raid World too. This unkillable beast will be bringing 4 heads to every fight, each with totally unique skills and mechanics to deal with. Actually, it'll be bringing 6 heads, but you'll only have to deal with 4 at any one time. We'll get into that a bit later, but first, let's break down the basics. It's a big fight, and you'll need reinforcements, so you'll be taking 6 champions in.
I don't know why. It's only adding 1 extra champion, but it already feels juicy. It's like we've got an extra slot for a champion. I don't know why that excites me, but it does.
To each Hydra battle. And just like the other clan bosses, the Demon Lord, you'll be battling the Hydra to chase high scores and win huge rewards. You'll be fighting to stay alive as long as possible and deal as much damage as you can along the way. However, unlike the Demon Lord, the Hydra will be running on a different cycle. While the Demon Lord resets every single day, the Hydra will reset once a week. On top of that, you'll only get 3 Hydra keys per week, so you and your clan will have more flexibility to figure out when you want to take the Hydra on.
So it sounds like you only get 3 hits a week. You could do it whenever you choose throughout the week. So for those people that thought, you know, this is going to be taking tons more of my time up a week on already, you know, a game that's got a lot of my time commitment, doesn't feel so bad. You can probably just kind of wait till weekend and do 3 hits if you want. Interesting they've done it that way. So just 3 keys, but bigger squads needed, I guess.
So, the Hydra will reset every week, and things will stay pretty much the same week to week. You'll fight the same Hydra with a mixture of those same heads. Each head will be tied to a certain affinity, so you'll be able to figure out a good strategy over time to deal with the current challenge. Predictable, easy, right? But here's the twist. Every 4 weeks, a new rotation will start. This means, just like the Doom Tower, shuffling the pack. Each head will be paired with a new affinity, and the 4 starting heads you have to deal with will change. And in the future, when we add more heads, it'll mean entirely new combinations of 6 heads and a whole new challenge.
It's pretty cool. Some people are anti the Hydra. I think a bit like Doom Tower, they can add new bosses. A bit like the Hydra now, they can add new heads just to make it more varied. And I like that. I like new stuff coming into the game. So for me, I feel like this is a nice challenge, especially... You can see it kind of goes easy through to Ultra Nightmare again. So your clan will be picking the level that suits you. Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
To make things even tougher, once you've used a champion in a Hydra battle, you won't be able to use them again until after the next weekly reset. Ooh. So looking to lock in a single gimmicky team is off the table here. You're going to need 3 unique teams that can stand up to the challenge to get the most out of the Hydra.
I wonder, I can't see any dupes on this account. I wonder if it locks out the dupe as well. If it locks out the dupe, I guess be careful with the new champion stuff coming up. Don't feed a load of your dupes to get life tokens. We'll go on to that in a separate video, but don't feed a load of the dupes straight away until you've understood if actually you want to use those for this new content.
Then, every month, re-examine your strategy again because the script may very well have been flipped. Because each head is so unique, you won't be able to use the same tricks every time. We're not going to cover each head's skills right now, but...
I love that he plays everything on 1x speed as well, by the way. He's really appreciated the timing.
Here's a quick snapshot of the 6 heads you'll be fighting against in the first rotation of the Hydra. The head of Torment, the head of Decay, the head of Wrath, the head of Blight, the head of Suffering, and my personal favorite, the head of Mischief. Nice. If those names alone don't sound scary enough, wait until you see them in battle. Things get real crazy. You'll be fighting 4 of these heads at the same time, and you'll be fighting hard to stay alive and deal out as much pain as possible. You'll want to cut off the Hydra's heads to maximize your damage, but cutting off a head doesn't mean you only have to fight against 3 heads. Remember how we said the Hydra brings 6 heads? Well, if you do manage to decapitate a head, another will grow back. You cut off the head of Blight, and it might come back with a vengeance, or it might be replaced by the head of Decay or head of Torment, whichever the 5th and 6th heads are in the current rotation.
It's pretty cool. It's a cool mechanic. I think it's going to be awesome, actually.
So, endless pain for your team. But don't worry, you have 6 champions, and it only has 4 heads. You have the numbers advantage. It's going to be like shooting snakes in a barrel. Not exactly. This beast has another trick up its sleeve. It's also going to be trying to eat you. Every so often, one of your champions will get eaten by one of the heads. Now,
ooh,
just like in real life,
sweet.
These Hydras have long necks and stomachs in their necks. So you have a few turns to chop off that Hydra's head before it fully digests and consumes your champion.
That's super cool, right? You start with 6, it eats 1. Let's hope it doesn't eat your nuker. Damn, that's actually a really cool mechanic.
If you slice the head off, you free your champion and they're back in battle. If you don't, they're dead and gone. And we really mean gone. You won't be able to revive them, and you'll have 1 champion missing for the rest of the fight. Sounds like a tough battle, and it is. But the rewards are more than worth it.
Let's go. What's the rewards?
To recap, you fight the Hydra just like you fight the clan boss. Higher scores, better rewards. Rewards will be earned in the form of Hydra chests, given out at the weekly reset. And better yet, if your clan manages to fully deplete the Hydra's HP, you get double the rewards. Let's talk about what those rewards are.
That's the same as Clan Boss, basically double chests.
Aside from the obvious things like Clan Gold, Clan XP, there are some serious rewards on offer. First, you'll be able to win fragments for an exclusive champion, Mithrala Lifebane. We're already taking huge inspiration from Greek mythos here, and Mithrala fits into that perfectly.
I mean, so, again, such a good job on the visuals, as ever.
We'll be releasing a dedicated champion spotlight for Mithrala soon, but as you'd expect from someone that looks like Medusa's long-lost sister, she's going to be able to poison people. Oh, and turn people to stone. That's the thing now, too. It's a really scary debuff that can take people out of the fight entirely, with a downside or two. We'll cover it in greater detail soon, but let's just say, in the right hands, with the strategy, it's going to be a game changer. That reward's simple. New champions are never a bad thing. But what about unique rewards or new mechanics? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You'll also be able to win a whole new type of artifact from Hydra chests. We're not talking just a new buff or boosted stats, but an entirely new breed of artifacts that give you set bonuses depending on how many you have equipped. These special variable artifacts will give you an extra bonus with only one of their kind equipped, then another bonus if you equip 2, 3, 4, or even a full 6 of them. These are unlike any other artifact sets in Raid.
So what we're saying here, one piece, so 2 different sets, 20%, 15. This is actually kind of big. Think about a 2-piece set of speed is a 12% speed boost. If you get 5 of these, you're getting near enough the speed buff, but you're also getting a bunch of other buffs as well. I don't know though. I mean, 20%, oh sorry, plus 20 resistance is not massive unless you're going down that route. Plus 15% chance to place a protected buff. I guess we'll get into that in a second. And then it increases at 6.
And will open up huge possibilities in terms of artifact combos and builds. Right off the bat, we'll have 2 of these special variable artifact sets. Set 1, Stone Skin. Equipping a single artifact from this set will give your champion a modest but useful 8% HP boost. Equip 2, and you also get an extra 40 resistance on top. But equip 4, and you'll get access to an entirely new defensive buff called Stone Skin, which you'll get for 1 turn at the start of the round. Stone Skin will mean your champion takes almost no damage from enemy attacks, and makes your champion immune to all debuffs except for bombs. In fact, bombs will actually do more damage as they can shatter your champion.
Okay. Okay. Is this like reaction gear, but in a set? So basically you take no damage in that first turn, or very little. But bombs suddenly become worthwhile, because bombs against Stone Skin are more effective. I guess they're trying to flip the PvP meta again with this. Albeit, I don't know about this, honestly. I don't know. There's no speed in the builds. I guess this is straight up your defensive meta for Arena being rewritten again. But for 1 turn, I don't know if it's big enough.
Still a great trade-off for all the benefits of Stone Skin. That's if you equip 4, but equip 6 and you get 2 turns of Stone Skin, plus a boatload more stat boosts.
So what does this mean? I'll tell you what will happen. The defensive teams in the Arena will all be slow as you like, 6-piece Stone Skin champions, and all of a sudden, bombs will be the new meta. That's the way. Mark my word, 3 months from now, or whenever Hydra comes out, 3 months after that, that's what the meta changes to. And it'll flip again, because bombs, because you can't protect yourself against bombs with this, it'll flip again. But that is, I mean, it's an interesting set, and I kind of like it. I do like it, actually. I do like it.
The next set's called a protection set, and it works the same way. Equip 1, 2, or 3 artifacts and get extra stats. But at 4, the set has a chance to protect any buff the wearer casts or receives. Protected buffs can't be removed or stolen, so this set is sure to be invaluable to any champion whose buffs are the bedrock of your team. Just like the Stone Skin set, this becomes even more powerful at 6 pieces. The protection chance increases, plus you have the benefits of all the other stat boosts along the way.
I mean, just imagine net crit. Net crit right now is already disgusting, but if you're protecting his buffs as well, yikes! That's some pretty serious gear. I've got to be honest. That's some pretty serious new mechanics within the gear. Pair that with things like increased resistance, buffs that are going to be coming out. Damn, that's it's going to completely flip the game, I think.
If the special mechanics alone weren't enough for you to want those sets, how about raw power and strength alone? Stone Skin and protection artifacts will be available in an entirely new rarity, Mythical. Mythical artifacts are a step up from legendary artifacts in strength, and you won't be able to find these anywhere else.
Still 6 stars. Thinking, is that 7 star for a second?
Mythical artifacts start with all 4 substats unlocked, but one of the substats will be increased to the equivalent of a level 4 legendary artifact, meaning you'll be able to eke out a little bit more power from mythical artifacts than legendary ones. It's a small edge, but at the highest level, those small margins make a big difference.
So it's like having an extra roll in a piece of gear already. So, you know, the top roll for a speed piece then would be a 5 roll rather than a 4. It's just a move up again. Something which is concerning me here is there's a lot of growth. There's going to be growth in the champion empowerment stuff, which I'll get into in a separate video. Growth in artifacts. Obviously, you've got the Great Hall already. It just feels like there's a lot more stats coming into the game. What scares me is that kind of makes the rest of the game tons easier for the people that are getting these things. So I know they say they're focused on PvP next year, but if PvE is really easy to do, then that's weird. So it kind of makes me feel like they're going to be launching like the next set of dungeons and all that type of stuff next year. If they don't, then it's kind of like, well, what's the point in all this extra quality gear? Unless literally the Hydra is so hard that you definitely need it to be able to beat the Hydra. Or they're just totally like shoehorning the focus in on PvP. And when I've done recent polls, I'll be honest, like PvP scores low. In fact, let me show you. So I did this poll here a few days ago, and I said, what's most exciting for you in Raid? The dupe system, the Hydra boss, a free Sacred at Christmas, PvP focus, or a funny ad. And only 4% of people were keen for PvP focus. So if that's literally like the route that Raid are going down, then I don't know if it's the right route, honestly. I mean, the better gear is going to help us everywhere in the game. But if everywhere in the game is kind of easy to do, then the game becomes pretty boring pretty fast.
As you can probably tell, these artifacts will be incredibly versatile and useful pretty much anywhere, no matter whether you're focusing on PvP or PvE. The Hydra is a huge update, and we'll be gradually adding more content to it over time, with awesome new rewards and terrifying new heads. And we're super excited to see what you guys think of it. And that's it. Whew.
I mean, there you go. So tons of stuff packed into that. Obviously, not all of it is coming like next week. I guess comment below which of these things are you super excited about. I think overall, that's a nice video again. They always do a good job of these videos of hyping me up. It's a good sort of plethora of things that are coming through. I'm a little bit nervous of the direction of the game. I've got to be honest. I'm a little bit nervous, but Hydra Boss, 6-man teams, cool. New gear sets look pretty sweet, albeit they might kind of bust the arena. I'm interested in the increased resistance buff and how crazy that's going to make the game. And I'm definitely looking forward to the Tavern increase. I wish they'd do a bit more with speed to play the game. I think just bringing in the Super Raid stuff for Doom Tower and Faction Wars is probably not quite enough. But I guess, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.